Hello everybody and welcome to the East Shore Wiffle Ball League. The matchup that you're about to see is between the Stealth Bombers and the Crawdads. Before we begin, let's take a look at their rosters. For the Stealth Bombers, we have Captain Joe Cologne, Assistant Captain Jesse Clark, Tyler Miller, Will Cleland, Ariel Cologne, Tino Cologne, and Donovan Wirtz. For the Crawdads, we have Captain Eric Crawford, Brian Crawford, Mike Giesman, Michael Giesman, and Jackson Weber. So another thing to note before we begin, long story short, I was trying out some new camera angles just to try and increase the quality of our videos, and I was so focused on the handheld camera that I had that I just forgot to hit the record button on a home plate camera until game number 2. So for today's video, we're going to be skipping over game number 1 and going straight to game number 2. So in game number 1, the Crawdads did win by a score of 7-3. Sorry that you guys missed out on that one, but games 2 and 3 are here. So also, the first dozen or so at bats in game number 2 were only recorded on my handheld camera. So just kind of bear with us at the beginning. If you don't like it, you can skip to when the home plate camera comes in. But anyways, sorry about that. Again, that's my fault, and hopefully I'll remember to hit the record button for the next video. So let's get right into the action. All right, like I said, trying out some new camera angles here, and the Crawdads are going to be sending out Brian Crawford to the mound here to start game number 2. One thing to note is Jesse Clark is up to bat right now, but we don't have a camera angle of him hitting. That's because, well, we thought the home plate camera was recording, but it was not. So anyways, the first pitch to Jesse was a ball, and now the next pitch that we see to Jesse here is driven to center field. Michael Giesman gets under it, and he catches it, but he crashes into the fence. But you didn't see that on the camera. As now, Tino Cologne up to the plate, and he pops it up. Brian Crawford getting under it, and he collides with Michael, and he drops it. So Tino is going to be safe at first base, as there was a collision there on the field. But now Joe Cologne up to the plate. Joe, ground ball, left side. Michael Giesman grabs it, and he throws it over the second, and it gets away from Jackson. Tino rounding third on his way home. Jackson throws it home, and it gets away. And Joe's going to score as well, as now the Stealth Bombers are leading 2-0. Jesse Clark now up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and we're going to have a man on first base. Now, this next camera angle is a little sideways, but that's just to show what happens in this at-bat. So the pitch to Tino is a ball, and he's going to walk. And then Joe Cologne's up to the plate, hits a ground ball, and Brian Crawford's not going to have a play, and the bases are now going to be loaded. Jesse Clark up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and that walks home a run. As now the Stealth Bombers lead 3-0. Tino Cologne now up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and he doesn't know it yet, but it's ball 4. As now the Stealth Bombers are leading 4-0. Now Joe Cologne up to the plate with the bases loaded and an opportunity to do some damage. As he hits a ground ball left side, Michael Giesman grabs it, tags third, doesn't throw it, but it doesn't matter because Jesse was that 5th run. So the 5-run inning mercy rule is going to apply, and we're going to be heading into the bottom of the 1st. The Stealth Bombers are going to send Joe Cologne out to the mound as their starting pitcher here in game number 2, as he's going to be facing off against Jackson Weber. One thing to note is we don't have a camera view of Jackson batting either, just like Jesse to start the game, obviously because we thought home plate was recording. Anyways, Joe Cologne walks Jackson for a leadoff walk. And now the next batter here is Mike Giesman, as he drives it left field, and it hits the fence, and now the Crawdads are going to have a man on first and second, with Michael Giesman coming to the plate here. Michael, high drive right field, that ball is gone! A 3-run home run for Michael Giesman, as he puts the Crawdads on the board. And now the home plate camera is finally recording as Brian Crawford pops it up to center field. Tino Cologne gonna secure it for the first out of the inning. And we'll just take an instant replay. So this is actually what that secondary camera's for, is for replays and stuff, but it ended up being the primary camera to start the game. Anyways, Eric Crawford now up to the plate as he pops it up left side. Tino Colon getting to it, bobbling it, and he secures it for the second out of the inning. Let's see an instant replay of that one as it hits his fingertips, but he pops it back up to himself to secure the out. And now Jackson Weber up to the plate as he swings and misses for strike number 3, and that's going to be the end of the bottom of the first, as now we're heading into the top of the second, I mean, with the Stealth Bombers leading 5-3. And now Jesse Clark up to the plate as he pops it up right side, and it's going to get down as Jesse Clark's going to have himself a leadoff single. Now Tino Colon up to the plate as he swings and misses for strike number 3. That's the first out of the inning. Joe Colon up to the plate as he hits a ground ball left side. Mike Giesman not going to have a play as we're going to have a man on first and second. Jesse Clark up to the plate now as he watches strike 3 on a nice pitch by Brian for the second out of the inning. And now Tino Colon up to the plate as it hits his knob of his bat, but it stays foul. Wow, that was almost a fair ball. As now the next pitch we see the Tino is driven left field. Foul ball, just barely, as he almost had himself a home run there. And the next pitch that we see the Tino is a swing and a miss, strike 3. As now we're going to be heading into the bottom of the second as the Crawdads were able to hold the Stealth Bombers there in that inning. Mike Giesman leading it off here in the bottom of the second as he hits ground ball left side. Tino got to grab it, and he whips it across. Good throw by Tino, but just too late. Michael Giesman up to the plate now as he hits a ground ball right side. Joe Colon's going to grab it, and he throws it and misses. So we're going to have a man on first and third. Brian Crawford up to the plate now as he hits a ground ball left side, and Tino's not going to have a play as a run is going to score, and now we're going to have a man on first and second. Eric Crawford up to the plate now as he pops it up left side. Joe Colon under it for the first out of the inning. And now Jackson Weber up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and the bases are going to be loaded here. Mike Giesman now back up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and that's going to walk home a run, and now we have a tie ball game all knotted up at 5 apiece with Michael Giesman stepping to the plate. Michael, high drive right field, that ball is gone! A grand slam for Michael Giesman as he gives the Crawdads the lead, as also that 5-run inning mercy rule is going to apply, and we're going to be heading into the top of the third with a score of 5-9. Brian Crawford back on the mound against Joe Colon as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. Jesse Clark up to the plate as he pops it up, and it just gets over Brian. Michael throws it, and he hits Brian! Let's watch an instant replay of that one as Michael, falling and slipping, throws it, and Brian right in the way of his throw and just pegs Brian right on the leg. But Jesse is going to be safe at first base. Now we have Tino Colon up to the plate as he drives it left center field. Hangs up just too high at the warning track for the second out of the inning. Now Joe Colon up to the plate, hits it left side. Michael Giesman grabs it, flips it to Jackson. What a nice play by Michael to end the ball game as the Crawdads win game number 2 by a score of 9-5. And here we have a box score and some player stats. That's new this video, so hopefully you enjoy that, as now we're going to be heading into game number 3. Starting pitcher for the Crawdads here in game number 3 is Michael Giesman, as he's beginning to develop into a pretty solid pitcher. So let's see what he can do. Jesse Clark in the box now as he watches strike 3 on a nice pitch by Michael for the first out of the inning. Now Tino Colon up to the plate as he hits it to center field. Mike Giesman sliding and catching it. Nice play by Mike Giesman as we see an instant replay there, able to secure it for the second out of the inning. Joe Colon up to the plate now as he's going to hit a little dribbler back to Michael. Michael throws it to first, and it hit Joe in the foot. Let's see an instant replay of that one as Joe running down the first, and the ball does look like it clips his shoe, and then it redirects. So that's going to be the third out of the inning. Nice play. And on the mound for the Stealth Bombers here in game number 3 is Jesse Clark, as he's going to be facing off against Jackson Weber. And the pitch to Jackson is ball 4, and Jackson gets a lead-off walk. And now Mike Giesman up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and that's back-to-back walks. And now Michael Giesman up to the plate as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. Brian Crawford up to the plate now as he hits it to the right side. Joe Colon not going to have a play, as now the bases are going to be loaded. Eric Crawford up to the plate now as he swings and misses for the second out of the inning. Now Jackson Weber up to the plate as he pops it up, and Jesse is going to secure it for the third out of the inning, as we're going to be heading into the top of the second with a tie game 0-0. Leading off here is Jesse Clark, as he's going to watch strike 3 for the first out of the top of the second. Tino Colon now up to the plate as he hits a ground ball left side. Michael diving, throws it to first, and they're saying it hit his foot. Let's just take an instant replay on that one, as he's running down the first, and man, on that freeze frame, it looks like it hits him and then redirects, but that was just too hard to tell in the moment, so he's going to be safe at first. Joe Colon now up to the plate as he swings and misses on a nice riser from Michael. The second out of the inning, and now Jesse Clark up to the plate, and he swings and misses for the third out, and now we're going to be heading into the bottom of the second with the game all knotted up at 0 apiece. No one has scored yet, as now Mike Giesman leading off in the bottom of the second, and he's going to get a lead-off walk. Now we have a man on first. Michael Giesman up to the plate as he drives it right field. That ball is long gone. Let's take an instant replay of that one, as we can see that one got out of here in a hurry, and that was deep. It almost hit the sign out there in right field. That was a heck of a shot, as now the score is 2-0. Brian Crawford now up to the plate, and he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. Now we have Eric Crawford up to the plate as it's ground ball back to Jesse. Gets through Jesse. Tino grabs it, throws it to first, and that was a pretty close play. Looked pretty smooth from Tino. So there's an instant replay as he grabs it, quickly gets rid of it, but just not in time, because that was a close one. Now Jackson Weber up to the plate as he drives it left field. That ball's gone. A 2-run home run for Jackson, as the score is now 4-0, with Mike Giesman up to the plate watching ball 4, as now we're going to have a man on first base. Michael Giesman up to the plate now as he watches ball 4, and that is back-to-back walks now. And Brian Crawford now up to the plate as the ball hits his bat, as he doesn't get his bat down. And the next pitch now that we see the Brian is ball 4, and that's back-to-back walks here, as Jesse needs to start controlling it. As now Eric Crawford up to the plate, ground ball left side. Tino grabs it, throws it at Michael, but he misses him, and that's going to be the 5-run inning mercy rule, as now we're going to be heading into the top of the third. The Stealth Bombers need 5 to tie and 6 to take the lead. Now leading off here for the Stealth Bombers is Tino as he drives it left field. That ball is gone, as it just stays fair, and that's a leadoff solo shot for Tino Colon. Is now Joe Colon up to the plate, and he swings and misses on a riser for the first out of the inning. Jesse Clark up to the plate as he swings, and it hits him, but that is going to be the second out of the inning. Tino Colon up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and they're going to have a man on first. Now Joe Colon up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and now they have a man on first and second. Now stepping to the plate is Jesse Clark, and the pitch swinging and missing for the final out of the ball game. Let's take an instant replay of that pitch, because that was a pretty solid one, getting him to swing and miss on a pitch that dipped down below the zone, and the Crawdads win game number 3 by a score of 5-1 as they sweep the Stealth Bombers. And that is going to be the end of today's action. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope to see you around next time.